My name is Dr. Angella Ndaka. I'm from Kenya. And in this project, we were looking at digitization of Mama Mboga. Particularly, we were focusing on identifying whether their perspectives, the women perspective, particularly the ones that are in the informal agriculture, whether those perspectives matter in the design and adoption of artificial intelligence technologies that are being used in the agricultural sector in Kenya. So our objectives are to look at the status of how women are being included in digitization. We're also looking at particularly how they're being included in the design space and also in the policy and practice space. And we were looking at proposing interventions that can help promote modalities that include more women in digitization and ensuring that women's perspectives, their values, their needs are captured in the artificial intelligence agenda in the agricultural sector.
What's Mama Mboga being?
For purposes of clearing, really a representation of the woman who does local farming at the grassroots level, the ones that are producing and the ones that are actually marketing farm products in the market. So they are normally composed of mostly lay people who do not have a lot of knowledge about technologies, who do not have a lot of knowledge about the conventional research and all that, but they are actually very active members in terms of producing for Africa. So statistics have shown that they are actually the ones that are powering agriculture in Africa. How we involved the women in terms of realization of the project, we started first by talking to the women groups in the farming ecosystems. And we wanted to know what they are doing, different kind of value chains and all that, so that we can know how we integrate them, how we are going to sample them out, and how we are going to have them get involved in the data collection and all that. So before we designed our tools, we involved them in terms of consulting with them, who is going to participate, choosing which groups are going to participate in this particular research, and also taking leadership in terms of mobilization of those particular groups and all that for us. Agriculture is actually benefiting a lot globally in terms of use of artificial intelligence because it improves farm level decision making, it improves access to productive resources like finances, e-inputs, and it is actually going to be promoting a lot of data analysis in terms of how it informs who receives what input and where, and who received what agricultural benefits and where. So our research is looking at how we have the women onboarded in these particular spaces and all that. Part of the biggest challenges that we encountered in data collection, of course, it's expected things like if we are looking for women to benefit from AI and digitization and all that, we notice that women are still systemically excluded. And even during our data collection, we realized we had actually to push for some sort of intentionality when it comes to women being able to be the one that are giving data, because originally women are not considered as part of the contributors in this particular space and all that. So how we hope to overcome these particular challenges is that we are pushing for a more kind of a core design agenda where when we are talking about technologies, when we are talking about land, when we are talking about agriculture, we don't just go to the systemic legacies of who owns what and include them based on that. We're actually pushing for an agenda that deliberately goes and picks women and brings them onboarded in these particular spaces. But again, also, it is a harder challenge to bring different people with different kinds of professionalism and professional levels, like talking about a technical designer meeting with a lay woman who cannot speak English, or a policy person meeting with a lay person to discuss issues of how inclusion modalities can be prepared and all that. So we are trying to work on a framework that is going to be looking at how could co-design modalities be worked in the future to make sure that different stakeholders with different levels of power can be brought together and can actually influence how more inclusive and more sustainable AI can be designed for women and even other vulnerable people to be included. We will be looking at several indicators to assess the impact of our project. Number one, we'll be looking at how far women are adopting more technologies and how are they embracing it. That would be, for us, a big impact. But more importantly, how is the government shaping policies in such a way that it opens a space for women to access more inputs? It opens a space for women to be able to produce more. But the most important bit of it is that we will be looking at the transformation of women's livelihoods and the transformation that is related to digitization. So when we can see that digitization of women is correlating to their socioeconomic transformation, then we will know that impact is happening and actually women are benefiting more from artificial intelligence than it would have been if they weren't included in the past.